So today, I want to go into detail a little bit on a topic that I think is going to be of major benefit and interest to a lot of you. I want to talk to you about turning your failures into success. Now, let me start by saying this. There would be no way to really determine an overall success rate if there was not failures first. Because if you don't fail first, how do you really truly know when you're succeeding? Here's the thing. We're going to fail day in and day out, time and time again, at one thing or another. We're going to fail at the way we get along with somebody else, at the way that we act towards somebody else, at the way that the decisions that we make. You're going to fail every single day. The important thing is that you key in on this and you use it to your advantage. You don't look at yourself and beat yourself up and go, oh man, I suck, I failed. That's the worst thing that you could ever do. Think about it like this. Let me give you a couple examples. When you're learning how to play, say, basketball, and you're learning your jump shot, you can't make anything, you're just learning, and then all of a sudden you keep practicing, you get a little better. And you get a little better, you start taking a few steps out, and before you know it, you're draining threes. Or here's a good one. Say you're playing video games, and you continually lose over and over, but you sit there and you learn, hey, I made this mistake, I'm not going to make it again. I did that wrong, I'm not going to make it again. And then before you know it, you're beating a game. Now, these are just examples. Now, think about it this way. Say that you're an entrepreneur, and you come up with a business, and it fails miserably. But guess what? That is more valuable to you than starting off successful, because what it's done is taught you exactly what not to do in the future, so that when you do become a success, you're not making that kind of mistake. See, you have to have the mind power to understand that failure is necessary, and you have to look at it as a positive and not a negative, because when you start viewing it as a negative, then it's going to ruin everything that you're trying to build and expound upon in the future. I've made so many damn mistakes I can't even begin to tell you. The older I've gotten and the more I've looked back on these, I utilize each and every single mistake to my advantage. I'm not saying I'm the most successful guy that ever lived, but I've come a long way from where I used to be simply because I finally grasped that concept as I matured, as I got older, and as I really started to look upon it. Instead of going, man, I just can't get this, I just can't do this. No, that's the worst thing you could do, and that's completely wrong. You take that failure, you look it straight in the face, and you say, thank you, I appreciate the help. Now I know what not to do. And that will shape you into becoming a success in the future. But you have to have the mind power to overcome the fact that you get down on yourself when a mistake is made or something goes wrong. You have to have the ability to pick yourself up, realize that that is just a step that you need to overcome. It's a small barrier in your path that is easily surpassable if and only if you take the things and the mistakes that you made, you look at them, and you remember what happened and what not to do in the future. Like I said, you're going to make a mistake every day. You're going to get in an argument with your kids, your wife, your parents. And you know what? You realize, hey, I made a mistake, and I'm going to fix that. You could make a mistake driving, get a parking ticket or a speeding ticket, but hey, you won't do it again. Well, some of you won't do it again. The point is this. Every single thing you do in life is going to require some failure to reach some success. And it's really up to you to take a step back and to realize that this is necessary and that you can really utilize it to your advantage. So I guess I just leave you with that. Don't get down on yourself when you make a mistake. Don't get down on yourself when you fail, because you're really not failing, okay? You're learning, and that's the way you need to look at it. You're not a failure, okay? You're in the process of learning, just like anything else you do in life. You learn how to do math, you make mistakes over and over and over again, and then one day it clicks. You know, it's the same with anything else you do in life. You will learn from your mistakes, and you will get better if, and only if, you have a powerful enough mind to let yourself realize that that's what's going on. So I hope that really helped everybody. I know that it's tough. I've been there so many times. I know it's difficult, but I promise you, if you can keep that mental concept going and you have that strength to overcome and understand the situation, I'm telling you, you will eventually become a great success. So There's going to be plenty more of these to come. I really hope this helped everybody. Stay tuned for plenty more. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.